The Justice Department says it's disrupted a serious cyber attack from a group backed by the Chinese government. Targets included multiple government agencies, including NASA. It comes just days before this weekend's launch of a new cutting-edge telescope to study dark matter, exoplanets, and much more. To discuss all this, we're joined by NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Mr. Administrator, good to see you as always.
Good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning. So off the back of that news of those Chinese-backed hackers, you've said that we are very much, the United States is very much in a space race with China at the moment. So what does winning that race actually mean? Is it just a matter of strategic pride, planting a flag on the moon, or is there a strategic importance in establishing a lunar base on the moon before Chinese do?
Well, of course, we're very much in a space race. I mean, this is a great power competition with China right now, not just in the ultimate high ground of space, but you see it across infrastructure, in energy, in AI, military capabilities, below the water, on the water, air, and certainly in space. The good news is, with respect to the last frontier, NASA has the playbook for success. We're drawing upon that. You couple it with President Trump's national space policy and the resources in the Working Family Tax Cut Act. We are able to return NASA astronauts to the moon, establish that enduring presence, build the moon base on the South Pole where our astronauts, our robotic capabilities will interact with the water ice, and that's where we're going to master the skills necessary to undertake the next giant leap, which is to planet Mars. But certainly China is aware of that. They are targeting the exact same real estate that we are on the South Pole. They want to build a moon base with Russia. They want to put a nuclear power plant there. Competition is a good thing. You obviously don't want to come up short.
When you have people here in this country who are struggling to pay for grocery bills, to pay for gas, how do you explain to them the costs involved in that? And what kind of insights do we have into China's capabilities in actually establishing a lunar base on the moon?
Well, I think those are good questions. First, you never hit the pause button on progress, right? You take NASA, we get a quarter% of the discretionary budget, and what are we able to do with that? We're able to undertake extraordinary missions of science and discovery. We're able to help pioneer capabilities that make life better here on Earth. So whether you talk about weather satellites that predict and help us manage natural disasters, that help us save lives, that connect the disconnected through communication satellites. Those are all important benefits. So every time you undertake a journey, say, to the moon, or you build robotic capabilities for Mars, it does make life better back here on Earth. But you can't give up the ultimate high ground of space. You do need to undertake these kind of endeavors. The moon is the next logical destination along the way. And what we will do there will have scientific benefits, economic benefits. You may have a lunar economy, not to mention more kids dressing up as astronauts for Halloween and inspiring the next generation. This is not a race that we're going to be willing to give up.
Now, at the risk of sounding naive, Jared, and it's good to see you, really great to have you here. Is there any harm in us working together on this particular mission? Is that ever a possibility, do you think?
Well, look, anything is potentially possible down the road. I mean, if you look at the first space race with the Soviets, after America won, and you had Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong plant the flag on July 20th, 1969, on Apollo 11, we wound up collaborating with the Russians. They're part of the International Space Station today. I was in Baikonur, Kazakhstan, just a month or so ago, as a NASA astronaut launched from a launch vehicle that's in the same family as what Yuri Gagarin flew on, more than 60 years ago. But right now, there very much is a race. I'd love to tell you the Chinese separate the civil and military side of their space program, but they don't. They don't draw a distinction, and that's not a time for collaboration. It's a time for success. All
right, Jared, I understand. I hear you. Can we just talk about the Artemis II crew mission? We were so excited when they came into the studio that day. They were all such superstars, and now they're about to get the Congressional Space Medal of Honor tomorrow. So we've had a little distance from the mission. Talk about the impact of that team, because they were knockout when they were here. We were all enamored with them.
Oh, you couldn't have said it better. I mean, we could not have sent 4 better ambassadors to the stars. The Astronaut 2 crew are heroes. They trained, prepared, they executed well. They showed the world their humanity. They showed the world the moon again. The president is coming to Johnson Space Center to honor them, bestow upon them the Congressional Space Medal of Honor. It's well-deserved, but it's also a reflection on the entire NASA workforce. Tens of thousands of the best and brightest have to come together to undertake a mission like Artemis 2, and it'll be motivational for Artemis 3 now, which launches next year, and Artemis 4 in 28 when American astronauts return to the surface of the moon.
All right. Go, Jared, go. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.